Hello there, welcome to the channel, and a quick video today on a very little known Terminator that I find curious. Mostly curious because I have a couple of theories about this Terminator. Firstly, we're not entirely sure what model of Terminator this is. It portrays itself as female. It attempts to actually not reveal its presence. It's an infiltration when discovered fighting with Cameron in the Terminator Sarah Chronicles show in an elevator. When some people come in, it stops fighting and goes in sort of camouflage mode again before resuming the fight when the humans have all buggered off. This Terminator is known as Rosie, and we know nothing about it. It may have been a T888 series, or it may have been a T900 series, the same as Cameron. I think if it was a T888, it would have been bigger, so I always thought it was probably more likely the same model number as her. And she's kind of got the jump on it, maybe experience, who knows. But yeah, we encounter this Terminator in an elevator. Cameron encounters it purely by chance. She's basically there watching over Dr. Boyd Sherman, a psychiatrist who was enlisted by Catherine Weaver, who was actually a T-1001. There's a lot of Terminators floating around in this. And he was there to psychoanalyze the Turk. The Turk was a sort of prototype AI that we're led to believe was going to become Skynet, but we're actually later learn it was meant to be an opponent to Skynet. So, as Cameron's true motivations were always a little suspect to me, it brings the motivations of this Terminator into suspicion as well. Ultimately, Cameron destroys it by, after a physical altercation with it, she contorts it and bends it out of shape and basically breaks it until eventually it can't function anymore. Removes its chip and destroys it, etc. later. But for all intents and purposes, we don't actually know what Rosie was doing. She was going to see Boyd Sherman. The obvious one is Sherman was involved with the creation of the Turk. The Turk was an enemy of Skynet. Skynet sends a Terminator back in time to destroy Sherman. Cameron destroys Terminator to protect Sherman. Alternative theory, the Turk sent this Terminator back in time to protect Boyd Sherman, who ultimately was killed. And actually, Cameron, either not knowing this Terminator's true intentions, simply not willing to chance it, or actually being on the opposite side, which is possible, destroyed it to preserve her mission. We see on multiple occasions Terminators are more than willing to destroy one another if it means they accomplish their specific goal. We see a T-800 destroy a T-600 in Terminator Salvation because of this. We see a T-888 destroy another T-888 when it goes after a target that it was sent after, but the other T-888 was actually wanting that human alive because it believed that human would lead it to John Connor. So it's entirely plausible that Rosie was actually a good guy. It really depends on how you want to cut it. We virtually don't see her. She's in this one scene in the elevator. She's destroyed. That's it. And I suppose Cameron kept her around for spare parts, which she was doing. But, you know, I find the background things like this interesting. A Terminator, such an advanced piece of technology, in all the other movies portrayed as such an unstoppable force. She just stops it in an elevator and that's it. We don't know its motivations. We don't know what it was after. And we don't know which side it was actually on. I find that interesting. I find it fascinating. And Rosie is a forgotten Terminator as a result of this, and, you know, justice for Rosie. But that is the end of this video because I don't want to waffle on about I've just been making stuff up at this point. I have my speculation. I've shared it. There we go. We're now at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tiny little tidbit of Terminator lore that I probably could have made into a short if I'd wanted to. Please like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and bye-bye.